In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating how to insert scores for the narrative scoring scheme, the expository and persuasive scoring scheme. And if you're not familiar with those, essentially what they do is provide a way to judge and assess the structure and content of these different speaking elicitations. So it's a rubric, and you can either get to it by our webpage, or if you go up to the help menu within the software, I've got online resources and then scoring guides. And this will pop you over to the webpage. And then this is the narrative scoring scheme for specific stories. And then if you're doing expository, you want to make sure you're printing that out. And then persuasive scoring scheme. So if we take a look at this, this has the instructions and then the actual scoring rubric. So you're going to score based on the different components on a 1 to 5 rating scale. So it's a good idea just to print these out and have them by your desk as you're looking at your narratives. So let's go into the software and I'll show you how to insert the scores. So this is a retell of Pookin's Gets Her Way. So I'm going to go up to the edit menu and insert template, and we've got narrative scoring scheme. So then it automatically pops in this footer. And then you would use that scoring rubric and rate your narrative. So I might rate these. They maybe had difficulties with referencing, whatever your score might be. Maybe the conclusion was good, cohesion was okay, conflict resolution, and so forth. So that's going to be a narrative scoring scheme. Let's go over to a expository. So this is an expository sample. It's the same process. I'm going to go up to edit, insert template, and then notice that the only option is the expository since that's in our header. So SALT already knows. So it's going to insert that expository scoring scheme. And again, these are different categories like object of contest, preparation, start of play, course of play, and so forth, that 0 to 5 rating scale. So you just go in and insert your scores, and then again, same process. This is a persuasion sample. So SALT will have that default, insert template, persuasion. Okay, so same deal there. Okay, so now that you've scored it, what you can do is go ahead and compare your sample, your narrative or persuasive scoring scheme to the database. So let's just do that quickly, take a look. So I'm going to go to the database and select our database comparison. So it already pulled from the header that it's the expository, and we're going to do an age match. Okay, so we've got 88 samples. That's quite a few. And then the method used to equate is same number of total words. 83 samples. So then I'm going to hit OK. Oh, and I might also just keep our standard deviation interval at 1 and then click OK. And then I'm going to go in the standard measures report, and I'm going to select measure driven. So that's going to be a combination of running measures based on the entire transcript and other measures that are more opportunity based. It's going to run them equated on the same number of total words. So I'm going to take the default and click OK there. Okay, and then after a little bit, it calculates the measures. And this is our standard measures report. So this is, again, just kind of our cover sheet. It goes through lots of language domains that we've talked about, transcript length, intelligibility. And then you'll find under macro analysis, if you insert these scores, this will be inserted. So the ESS composite score. So again, I just kind of did a mock case there and just put in numbers, but this one was a 23, which would be below the standard deviation of below the mean of 32.8 at negative 1.77 standard deviation. So again, it just kind of gives you the composite score here. Another place that you might want to look is under the macro analysis expository scoring scheme. And what this does is it breaks down each of the categories and then compares it to the SALT reference database. So this can be telling if maybe their referencing was really not that great. They're having difficulty with referencing. It'll break that down and tell you the standard deviation difference. So just keep that in mind. You can get an even more fine grit level of analysis. Okay, hopefully that gives you a good sense of how to insert and run a quick analysis on the ESS, PSS, and the narrative scoring scheme.